None of the government interventions were needed. All we needed was doctors to treat patients.
Hello, free citizens. This is John Strand bringing you Frontline Flash on location here at Clay Clark's ReAwaken America Tour at the Trump National Doral in Miami, Florida. And we're very honored to be joined now by Dr. Peter McCullough.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Doctor. So obviously the COVID narrative, as you've said, is breaking down, and we're all seeing through that. But, you know, Dr. Gold and the frontline doctors are starting to champion this cause of draining the science swamp. We need to drain the science swamp. And like these creatures, swamp creatures like Tony Fauci and Redfield, and these people that have been misleading us, how do we understand the real enemy we're facing right now and kind of deal with where they're trying to take us?
I felt so strongly about this. We published a book. I published it with John Lee called Courage to Face COVID-19. And in the book, we described the biopharmaceutical complex. We believe a powerful syndicate has formed.
Yes.
And at the top are global non-governmental agencies, World Economic Forum, Gates Foundation, Wellcome Trust, Rockefeller Foundation, the World Health Organization,
Globalist machine.
All the regulatory agencies, UNITAID and Gavi, CEPI, the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness and Innovation. The general theme of this complex is they figured out that if there can be a declaration of a global and national emergencies, then there are a panoply of regulations that are opened up for them to drain treasuries dry. Pandemic response has drained 10% of the U.S. GDP. It's thrown us into an economic spiral. None of the government interventions were needed. All we needed was doctors to treat patients. And this complex now is on the move. Corruption is widespread. You can see the FDA is providing no protection on drug safety, no fair balance. We have a situation where our Center for Disease Control is completely off the rails, recommending adult vaccines for children. We don't need them. So we have a situation. Pharmaceutical companies are just the receivers. They're actually profiting from this. I don't think they're driving it, though. This globalist agenda is driving it, and we're seeing it sweep through. The common themes are an emergency, a health emergency, as the predicate for stripping civil liberties right into digital currency, digital passports, loss of your free speech, censorship, and now this distortion of the human body through this whole uprising of transsexualism.
It's all craziness. Basically, it's legal jiu-jitsu to maneuver around constitutional protections using executive power to perpetrate a financial scam. Take our money, run with it, and do all these things that you're talking about. So how do we combat that the fact that they are literally shredding the Constitution in real time, and they're in power, the executive orders, they do all these things how do we work around that?
I'll tell you how we do it. Is the first thing we recognize is there's no fair court. There's going to be no court, no judge, no jury, no senator, no presidential candidate who's going to save us. The only court that's open is the court of public opinion. So independent media now is in the driver's seat. If you notice, cable TV is dying.
We've noticed, actually. Welcome to Tucker on Twitter.
Yeah, I've been on Fox over 150 times through the pandemic, and I can tell you the viewership now is less than 1 million. CDC is CNN and MSNBC way less than 1 million. We have 360 million if all heads counted in the United States. We're receiving a tiny fraction. I went on Joe Rogan. After all the slices and dices, we hit about 160 million, about half of the country. I've been on Daystar 4 times with reruns. That's about 1.7 billion worldwide. So independent media is ruling. The only court that's open is a court of public opinion, and we can help ourselves out of this, provided we have civil discourse, we respect each other's points of view, and understand that when we have a novel crises, there are going to be multiple opinions, and that we need that to guide ourselves forward.
Right. But also to have the courage and integrity to speak the truth and to put pressure on. Amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Dr. McCullough. Ladies and gentlemen, the real story of right now continues, and it's coming soon on the next Frontline Flash.